Why does it matter? It matters a lot for the particular approach that Casey takes. And I've got to say, as a person who's worked a lot on this, his approach is rather unconventional compared to what a lot of us do in this. And I think it reflects some of his grounding in macroeconomics, and a lot of the people who work on these programs, like me, are micro people, and not make too big a fuss of that. But Casey's approach is to try to get it to work at the aggregate level, to go and estimate what the aggregate labor supply curve in the economy is, and to imagine that shifting because of the programs, and he's going to quantify that. And then he plugs that into a model with an assumed labor demand elasticity, and derives a change in employment and compares it to the actual changes we've had to see how much the shift in the labor supply curve has contributed. Well, the difference is that in doing that aggregation to an aggregate labor supply curve from the many different programs and many different groups we're working with here, you have to make a lot of assumptions about how the different groups, for example, the food stamp program, as Casey noted in his book, didn't have time to talk about it a lot here, increased eligibility pretty significantly by reducing or even eliminating, in some case, asset tests. Well, he has to assign a weight to the additional groups in there. Says, okay, that's gonna I'm gonna add a weight on top of the food stamp program. I'm gonna come up with a number, and that's gonna contribute to the aggregate labor supply curve. He also has to assign weights to different programs. He's basing it a little bit on percentages of the population, but he assigns weights to each of the programs, all in this goal of coming up with an estimate of the aggregate labor supply curve.